So I'm a big fan of Asmongold. I've watched his videos quite a lot since, well, I say quite a lot. It's one of the only things I watch, to be honest, because I don't really enjoy the TV that much. I like football, I like Asmongold, and I like watching WWE, and that's about it. They're my three favourite things, and trolling people on TikTok. But that's about it. But I'm a big fan of his. I like him. I think he's funny. I think he's a logical mind, which is why I like him. But I think he's so logical that it leaves himself open to like a massive flaw. Like there's a gaping flaw with his ideology. There's something that's just extremely open to being taken advantage of, and something that could be very damaging to his ideology and the way he thinks. Like I'm just going to get into it because it's easier if I give you this example. So this example is from him reacting to the Content Nuke video about Hasan Piker from Ethan Klein. And there's just a very small clip in here that I think perfectly captures what I'm talking about. So we're just going to react to that clip, and hopefully this will be a nice short video.
Negatively affected by Israel. That's what he meant to say.
Child soldiers shelling civilian areas and blocking food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen.
Which, this is like maybe a nuanced perspective to have. And I know that this is like a negative video about Hasan, but I actually didn't criticize, and I don't criticize, and I support him interviewing the terrorist guy. I actually think that it's a good thing, because I want to hear from those people. Like, I want to see CNN interviewing Al-Qaeda. I want to hear.
Okay. This is the flaw. This is the downfall of his idea. Asmongold knows that most people are stupid. So why do you want to subject stupid people to propaganda from terrorists? Why do you want them to hear the point of view of people that will damage your society, that don't agree with you, that want to tear you down, essentially? Why do you want to subject the people to those ideas? Because if most people are stupid and they're easy to propagandize and they're easy to trick, then surely the last thing you want to do is introduce these ideas to those people. I'll let him carry on quickly. Let me just go back. Let's listen to that again. I won't go back too fast. Just get this right in there. Let's listen to the whole clip before I go off.
That's what he meant to say.
Child soldiers shelling civilian areas and blocking food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen.
Which, this is like maybe a nuanced perspective to have. And I know that this is like a negative video about Hasan, but I actually didn't criticize, and I don't criticize, and I support him interviewing the terrorist guy. I actually think that it's a good thing, because I want to hear from those people. Like, I want to see CNN interviewing Al-Qaeda. I want to hear what they're saying. The problem is that it was conducted in a way that seemed to enable the behavior and justify it, rather than put it into a context that is educational and journalistic.
So if you allow them to hold these interviews with terrorists, with people that want to destroy America, with people that want to destroy Western culture, then obviously there's going to be some times where those interviews are not conducted correctly. You're just opening the door to that. That's human nature. That's always going to happen. There's no way that you can make a perfect world where everyone is fair, everything is fair, the interviews will be fair, and everyone's going to sit there and watch it logically. Not gonna happen.
And can you guys see kind of what the difference there is? Because I don't want to have people that can't talk to. Like, I like the idea of being able to talk to a person who is an extremist or a radical.
Yep.
And I don't want the idea that you can't talk to them to be a factor. I hate that mindset, because I think that mindset is how you get echo chambers, and that's how you get censorship.
There we go. Okay, cool. So that's basically the whole thing that I want to talk about. So the echo chamber is necessary. You need an echo chamber. Stupid people must exist in an echo chamber, and you need to make sure that echo chamber is sealed tight, and you need to make sure that echo chamber is positive and good, because unfortunately the fabric of society will fall apart if you do not have an echo chamber that supports it. It's not possible for the average Joe to listen to all these ideas. You see it. We see it every day. How many people are radicalized? Like, it is not possible for the average Joe to take on all of these ideas and decide which ones are good and which ones are bad. And you're just leaving it open to whoever's the most manipulative, whoever's the best at manipulating people will win. Hasan is very good at manipulating people. So do you want Hasan's ideas to beat yours? Because you and Hasan do not share the same ideas. Hasan's very effective at radicalizing people. You're not radicalizing anybody. You're allowing your chat, your community, whatever you want to say, right? They're all allowed to be free thinkers and have their own ideas. And you don't really have an echo chamber. You don't have a solid set of foundations. You don't have that. So you will never win. Your ideology of everyone should be fair, everyone should be reasonable, will never win, ever. It's impossible for it to win. So I just don't understand why you don't see it. That's what I don't get. I don't get why you don't see it. I don't get why you don't see that echo chambers are important. Echo chambers have happened because that's how it is. And you say it's an idea. You don't like the idea. You want it to be this way. This is your ideological. What's the word that I'm looking for? This is your like utopia. You know that will never exist. This is your ideological utopia that will never actually exist. It's not possible to happen. Like there is no world where you can allow a terrorist and Donald Trump to both be on the same news station and both give them 30 minutes each. It's not possible because all you're going to create is an extremely divided, extremely unhappy place where people are going to disagree and it's not going to work. Like, it's just not possible. It won't work. It's impossible for it to work. That's why Hasan openly says that he's a pipeline, a funnel to terrorists. He's open about it. And you know why he's open about it? Because everyone is stupid. And they'll listen to that and they won't even, and they'll be the person that was a liberal and has gone down the funnel and become a terrorist sympathizer, and they'll be that person. They will listen to that and go, yeah. And they won't. That's as much as they'll think about it. You know, this is the main point. So let me just go back quickly, listen to that last little bit again.
Civilian areas and blocking food from entering already famine.
Seem to enable the behavior
because there isn't any more I need to talk about here.
Rather than put it into a context that is educational and journalistic.
But yeah, that's always going to happen. That's always going to happen because of the nature of human beings. You know, that I don't know what else there is to say. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Can you guys see kind of what the difference there is? Because I don't want to have people
it's this little bit
can't talk to. Like I
this
like
is,
the idea.
This is Asmon. This is Asmon's emotion. I like the idea. I don't want this. Why can't it be like this? You know, this is Asmon's emotion. This is his ideology clashing with reality here.
Being able to talk to a person who is an extremist or a radical.
You can.
And I don't.
You can. You could. And I think a lot of your audience could. I could easily listen to a terrorist and I'm not going to become a terrorist. No matter how good they are at selling snake oil, I'm not going to buy any. Because luckily I've got a mind of my own. I've got an intelligent mind, hopefully. It's intelligent enough to work out what's good for me and what's bad for me. A lot of people don't.
Want the idea that you can't talk to them to be a factor. I hate that mindset. Because I think
hates that mindset. This is emotional. This is his emotion. This is his like line in the sand. This is his ideology that he can't step over and get past the fact that unfortunately this doesn't work.
That mindset is how you get echo chambers, and that's how you get censorship.
And echo chambers are good. I'm sorry to say, echo chambers are good. If you've got an echo chamber and your echo chamber is all about how much you love kittens and you're like, oh yeah, but we need the kitten killers to have an opinion. Maybe we don't. Just maybe we don't. Do you know what I mean? Like, just, we don't, drown the kittens. You know, we don't need that guy. It's like, just don't let him in. Keep the door shut, you know? We love America, but we need to have the opinion of people that want to bomb and destroy America, hate America. We need those opinions too. You don't. Oh, we should try to understand them. Why? What's the actual purpose of trying to understand them? Why do you want to understand them? To understand why they hate you? What's the point? There's not really much to gain from that. And you've got everything to lose. Don't lose everything for the sake of your ideology. You need to be on the winning team. You know, like, winning is more important. Not losing your country is more important.
So hopefully people can see like the context of this.
I understand the context of what he's saying. I completely appreciate it. I completely understand what he's saying. It's just ideological. It's just not possible. You know, I was thinking earlier about something, and this is a little bit off topic, but I'll close with this. I don't want to go on for too long. But the way that everything's been progressing, right, has been very left. It's been progressing to the left, right? We've gone all the way from men go to work and the women stay at home and cook dinner and look after the children. And we've gone all the way from that to gender sex change operations for kids. Okay, we've gone a long way. And we're about to start going the other way. We have just started going the other way. And that's going to go a long way too. And I think that will probably end up in a place that people are not going to like as well. Because unfortunately, people are not capable of stopping. There isn't a point where we're going to get to it and go, this is correct. This is where we need to be. This is the perfect point between capitalist and socialist, between left and right, between progressive and conservative. Like, there is not going to be that point because people are not capable of thinking that deeply. People are not capable of understanding that. There's always bad actors like Hasan, who's always, you know, on both sides. He's an extremely bad actor. He's openly a bad actor as well. Or he's openly dishonest, I guess you could say. And he fools the average person. But I'm not going to start too much on Hasan. But I think eventually it's going to go so far to the other side that we're going to have the progressives being targeted, probably put into gulags of some sort. That's probably how this ends up, because the progressives are usually intellectuals. They're probably going to be pushed underground, and then they're going to be, you know, targeted and pulled out of the universities and pulled out of the places that they've taken over, the institutions that they've filled with progressive ideas. They're probably going to be dragged out of those institutions, kicking and screaming eventually. And it's not going to be pretty. And that is just human nature.